Wherever you are in the world, it's morning here for me. I'd love to just kind of start by having a little shake off. You can be here, maybe. If you want to go into a jump, you can. I like to kind of swing my arms, just kind of get the energy moving a little bit. This is going to be a really full rounded practice. Some strong and effective fascial maneuvers for taking stress out of the body, for really feeling lighter, brighter, and just releasing any of that restriction. So whether you've just woken up or wherever you are in your day, this is going to be a beautiful way to connect with your body and just to feel good. So once you're ready, have a little shake, making sure that you're breathing. I'd love for you to just notice where your feet are on the ground. Maybe you notice the air around your body. Is it cool? Is it warm? How does it feel against your skin? And then just bringing your attention inwards. As we come to a still place, maybe connect your hands to your body if it feels good. Just taking a few deeper breaths than you have today. Maybe you feel your heart beating. Maybe you have a little scan of your body from the crown of your head and allow your awareness to just float down your body, noticing anywhere that your attention is drawn to. Maybe certain areas are more tight or more open. For example, notice my shoulders, like my right shoulder. And just checking in with yourself. With this practice and with all of the work that I do, it's so important to just be present with what it is that is happening for us in our body without judgment. I'm noticing a little something going on in this hip, and I didn't notice it before. Until you get all the way to the ground. Beautiful. So we are going to start with swinger. It's a beautiful way to open the shoulders and the hips, and then we're going to go into an overhead elbow talk. So we're going to plant our feet hip distance apart, and we're going to hinge. So not a squat, a hinge, and we're just going to hover our hands over our knees. Once we're here, so keeping that back nice and straight from the crown of your head to the tailbone, we're going to take our right hand and put it on the left shoulder. Once we're here, we're going to take the left hand, we're going to bring it to the bottom of the top of the arm, so around the elbow. We're going to pull that skin down towards the elbow, and then we're going to pin in place. Once we're here, we're going to bring our head very slowly to the right. Fascia likes to be worked with slowly. And then we're going to bring our body to the left. So you can use that left hand to kind of bring your arms to the left. And then we're going to hinge more and breathe. 3 in through the nose, 3 in through the mouth. So in through the nose, out through the mouth. Making sure that head stays to the right. In through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Now in through the mouth. In through the mouth, out through the mouth. 2 more like that. Noticing where the air goes. 1 more. Beautiful. And come up. Once we're here, we're going to be using this right elbow. So I want you to take your left hand and we're going to twist our elbow. So sometimes it's helpful. I have my thumb usually at the front or the other fingers at the back. So I'm going to bring it over the head. And I want you to twist both sides and figure out which is the most amount of tension. It is usually on the right arm, twisting clockwise. So once we've got that twist, whichever way is the most amount of tension, we're going to pin in place. So with all fascial maneuvers, we pin in place so that when we move and breathe, so we're going to bring that over the head, that elbow over the head. We want to keep this pinned in place. Everything has to move around it. Then we're going to bring the head to the right and we're going to lean our body over to the left. So we're not dumping into the hip. but we're just going to lean over to the left. You should feel that stretch down the shoulder, down the side body. We're going to breathe in the same way. So through the nose first and then through the mouth. So in through the nose. If you want to advance the movement or get a little bit further in, you can bend into that left knee. One more through the nose. Now 3 in through the mouth. In through the mouth, we mainly drive that breath down into the sacrum, into the pelvis. Maybe you play with bringing your body forward a little bit, backwards. Ooh, that feels good today. And release. So you'll know with my classes, if you haven't done a class before, there's no wrong way to do these maneuvers. I want you to go for a little walk. So we like to do bilateral movement in between the maneuvers. I just want you to check in. How does your right side feel in comparison to your left side? For me, the shoulders come down now, yay. I kind of feel like a melty sensation going up my shoulder blades. This side feels like the energy is all moving. This side a little more flat. And just making sure that you're breathing, deepening your breath. We're going to do the same thing but on the other side. So we come into that hinge. This time, left hand goes on right shoulder. Right hand comes to the bottom near that elbow. We pull that skin down and we pin in place. This time, head comes to the left, which means body comes around to the right and we hinge more, starting through the nose, out through the mouth, making sure that head keeps to the left, in through the nose, out through the mouth. You can hinge even more. You can find little points. You can play with the center of gravity. Now 3 in through the mouth, out through the mouth. Bringing that head a little bit further to the left, body a little bit further to the right. Increasing that counter rotation. One more breath. Ooh, yeah. And as we come up, I'm going to be using this left elbow this time. For me, I'm going to be twisting counterclockwise, but find your most amount of tension. We twist and we pin it in place. So we keep this hand here. We bring the hand above the head, the arm above the head. This time, head's going to come to the left, which means we use counter rotation always to increase the pressure. So it means body's going to lean over to the right. Same again, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Maybe you bend into that right leg to find a specific tension point. One more through the nose. In through the mouth now. 2 more, so 6 breaths all together, or to your own rhythm. The breath helps everything move. Oof. And release. Woo-hoo. Go for a walk. Check in with your body, feel your feet on the ground. Notice where you're feeling sensation. So with all fascial maneuvers, we work on the basis that the body is a pressurized system. So sometimes we're moving something around in zone 2. So we have zone 1, zone 2, zone 3. Not sometimes, all the time. Everything else has to move around as well. So for releasing something in the head, for example, everything in the other parts of the body has to redistribute as well. So I'm feeling a lot, for example, in my shoulders. Gosh, they feel so much more spacious. I'm noticing some sensation and a little bit of restriction, which is okay. We welcome all sensation. In my neck, feeling a little bit of pressure in my head, behind my eyes. We're going to do anti-gravity next, which is a full spinal decompression. Great if you get up in the morning feeling a little bit stiff, if you work at a desk. This is great to do during a break. So same scenario with the feet. So we plant our feet and we're going to bring both of our hands together. So we interlace them, interlock, and then we're going to bring them to the back of the neck. Once we're here, we're going to pull that skin up on the back of the neck look up slightly, and we're going to do 3 stage breaths. When I say stage breaths, we're going to breathe in through the mouth, more. So like we're filling ourselves up like a balloon, and then we breathe out. So we're going to do 3 of those. So squeeze that pelvic floor if you can, in through the mouth, more. Hold at the top if you can, and all the way out. Empty your lungs. 2 more like that. In, more. Hold at the top. Feel that pressure. And out. 1 more. In, more. Notice where the air goes. Hold at the top if you can. And all the way out. So now we're going to bring our chin to our chest. And we're going to do the same. It's the same pattern. So we're going to breathe in. We're going to look up left to the sky. And we're going to breathe out when we come down. We're going to breathe in. We're going to look up right to the sky. And we're going to breathe out. So we're going to do that 3 times on each side. So in, look up to the left and out. In, look up and down. In, oh yeah, to the left, down, in, right, down. 1 more. In, to the left, down, in, to the right, and down. So we're going to do a similar thing, but we're going to come, if it's available to you, into a half squat. So keeping that back nice and straight, again, from the tailbone all the way up to the crown of your head. We're going to do the same thing. So in, up to the left, and down. In, up to the right, down. In, up to the left, down. In, up to the right, down. 1 more on each side, making sure you keep your chest nice and lifted. In, left, down, in, right, down. Now we're going to come, if it's available to you, if not, stay where you are, but you want to round your back. We're going to come into a full squat. We're going to round that back. So chin comes all the way to chest, like we're in a little ball. Then we're going to breathe 3 in through the nose, 3 in through the mouth. So into the nose first. Feeling that stretch down your lower back all the way to your tailbone. So 3 in through the nose, 3 in through the mouth. For me, that's in through the mouth now. You can play with the pressure, leaning your body weight into one of your feet. Beautiful. Now we're going to come up bump first. Hang out for a little, some breaths here. Just really feeling the lengthening of your spine. And then slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, we're going to come up until we end up exactly where we started. Go for a walk. Notice what's happening in your body. It is very normal with anti-gravity to be lightheaded. We're really moving that pressure around in the body. So just know if you're feeling lightheaded, all is well. Take some breaths. Notice, is it any different to when we started? Ooh, I feel like I'm coming alive. I've got so much more space in my chest. Feel your feet on the ground as you're walking. Notice where your attention is drawn to. Like, for example, I can feel some sensation here in my chest. Beautiful. Next, we're going to do a pretzel squat. This is a really powerful and lovely way to open up the hips and also the shoulders. So we're going to face our feet forward. Left foot is going to be straight in front of us, and we're going to make a T shape with the right foot. Once we're here, we're going to step that right foot out about 3 feet, but a decent amount of space between those 2 feet. We're going to bring that body round to the right to meet that right foot. So our body is in line with that right foot. Once we're here, we're going to bring our left hand out in front of us, and we're going to bring that right hand up the back. So the palm of my hand is faced out. Once we're here, we're going to look back over that left shoulder. We're going to bring that left hand that's out in front of us to the right shoulder. And then keeping our feet exactly where they are, we're going to squat. I'm going to take 6 breaths through the mouth. So in through the mouth. 2, 3. 3 more breaths. Maybe you lean over to your right. Really play with what feels right. Lean into your tension points. 1 more breath. Ooh, yeah. Now we're going to come up slightly and we're going to swap the hands. That means right hand comes to that left shoulder. Left hand comes up the back. And then we're going to come back into that squat. This time head is to the right, body comes to the left. And then we do 6 more breaths. So in through the mouth. 2, 3. Why did I wear socks? I'm so sleepy. Oh, yeah. So 1 more breath for me. So 6 all together. And come up. Woo. Go for a walk. I was slipping all over the place with my socks there. Go for a walk, notice what's happening. For me, I can really feel some movement in that top thigh. It's a beautiful way to also open the back of the scapula and down that shoulder blade up. I want you to take some breaths. That's usually quite activating. So maybe you feel your heart beating a little faster, knowing that all is well. My hips definitely feel a little bit looser. It is a strong move, that. Strong counter rotation. Lovely. Ooh. Now we're going to do a couple in zone 1 for the head. We're going to do something called antler twist. This is beautiful if you have tension headaches, maybe you stare at a screen all day. We're going to take our right hand, we're going to face it backwards, and we're going to place the part, like the pad of our hand, on our temple. The left hand is going to come to the same place on the left temple, but it's going to face forward. So it's like this. 1 is backwards, 1 is forward. Then I want you to squeeze your head and then send both of your fingers up to the sky, keeping that squeeze. This is why it's called antler. And I find it easier to kind of grab my head. Now we're going to breathe 3 in through the nose, 3 in through the mouth. And I want you to keep this pinned here, squeezing. And I want you to move around slowly in lots of directions. So in through the nose first. Look up. Look down. If you can squat, bring a squat in there. Now 3 in through the mouth. There is no wrong way to do this. So you're leaning into a slow movement. Oof, that feels right in your body. And release. When you're ready, woof. Move your neck around slowly. There may be a crack to be had. Mine's just cracked. Yes. Whew, I feel like the tension dissipate here. We're going to do a jaw release next. And one of the reasons why working with the fascia is so effective is because it's piezoelectric. And our fascia is our largest sensory organ. And when we apply pressure, it basically reconnects all the pathways. It hydrates all of the different layers of the fascia. And it releases the restriction. That's what it needs. So this pressure is necessary. And then when we breathe, everything shifts. So we're going to do a similar thing, but we're going to come to the jaw. So meaty bit of the jaw, or just have a little have a little explore of your jaw. Is there a point that's like, ooh, that's a bit tight? Maybe it's a bit sore. We call those a tension point. So right hand's going to come back in the same way that it was at the temple, but it's going to be in the jaw, on a tension point. Left hand is going to face forward, same thing, but with the fingers, we're going to find that point on the left-hand side of the jaw. So right is back, front is at left, sorry, is front. Now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to squeeze and we're going to send those fingers up. Same thing. We're going to breathe through in through the nose, through in through the mouth. And I want you to very slowly open your jaw. So in through the nose. Through the nose. And move around. Find different angles. But making sure we keep these hands pinned now through the mouth. 2. One more. Ooh, yeah. And release. Ooh, yeah. My ears popped as I moved my jaw there. I want you to go for a walk. Notice what's rising, what's coming up in your body. Where do you notice sensation? I've got some sensation coming up my left thigh. I can feel kind of everything moving. I feel a little bit lightheaded in my head. Just know that when we're moving pressure around the body, it's very normal to feel a bit sick, to feel lightheaded. For sensations, sometimes we're linked to emotions to come up. Just know that all is well. The body knows exactly what to do to move things through. Feels good. So we're going to come to the ground to do a hip release, but first we're going to do a twisty wristy. So I want you to bring your right hand in front of you. There's a few ways to do this, but I like to do it the long way because it really gets into the neck. So right hand comes in front of us, and I want you to pull your fingers back. You can play around. If you come further down in the fingers, you'll notice that you feel it mainly in the forearm. If you come more up to the hand, you'll notice you feel it further up. So pin that hand, and we're going to keep this pinned as we bring this above our head. So right hand is above the head, nice and straight, if you can get it. This, for most people, when you're pulling the fingers, it is quite painful. So just know that nothing is wrong. And then I want you to move your head very slowly to the right, making sure that you're breathing. Then to the left. Maybe you find a little tension point. You could bring your head backwards or forwards. You find a tension point. Maybe you want to breathe into it for a breath or two. It is a breath that helps everything move. Then when you're back at center, I want you to bend into this elbow until the hand is in line with the shoulder. Once we're here, we're going to turn that hand out to the right. Our head's going to come to the left. And because we always use counter rotation, the body's going to come a little bit round to the right. And I want you to do the same thing as we were doing before with the head. I want you to move around slowly. Maybe you squat, maybe you move around, but keeping this pinned. So in through the nose. 2. 3. Or to your own rhythm. Make sure your head stays to the left, body comes to the right. In through the mouth now. You don't have to move if it feels good to be static. If it feels more powerful for you, do what feels good and right in your body. Whoa. Ooh. And release. Ooh. Go for a walk. Stretch out that hand. Wow, that is strong. Go for a walk. Roll those shoulders out. So here it is a neck and shoulder release. It's a really great way if you ever have any kind of pain, tension, or lack of mobility in the neck. This one's a good one. Oof. And I want you to notice again, how does your right side feel different to your left? Is there any sensation available on that right-hand side? For me, I feel a lot of warmth at my shoulder blade. My hand is pretty painful. Just know that that is the release. I don't like to say pain, I like to say pressure. Plenty of pressure in that hand. Wiggle those fingers around. We're going to do exactly the same thing on the other side. So this time, left hand comes out in front. Find that point, what feels good. Do you want to be further in the hand or do you want to be down in the fingers? Left arm is going to come above the head. We're going to slowly move that head to the right and the left, making sure that we're breathing. Once we bring that head to the midpoint again, we're going to bend into that left arm until we're at the shoulder. We're going to turn that hand out to the left. We're going to bring our head to the right this time, which of course with counter rotation means body comes round to the left. And then we're going to breathe in through the nose first. You'll notice that we squat a lot in fascial maneuvers, and what squatting does is basically increase the pressure. So if it's available to you, it's an interesting one to play with. Now through the mouth. But also know that you can do basically all fascial maneuvers sat down as well. So you can adapt fascial maneuvers to suit wherever you're up to. Keeping that head to the right, remember. Ooh. And release. Whoa. Go for a walk. Let's get that bilateral movement in. Woo. Actually feel a bit sick, which is very, very normal with fascial maneuvers, like I was saying, with moving the pressure around. And when we've been holding tensions or emotional weight for such a long time, the way that the body releases is through the felt sensation. So just know if you have uncomfortable sensations come up, that they are normal. And with all of the work that I do, whether it be fascial energetics or body work or somatics, it's about increasing our capacity to be able to feel and be with that discomfort. Oh yeah, feels good. Right, now we're going to come to the ground. So I'm going to move my camera around slightly. And we're going to do a hip release. So this is a very powerful way to release the hips, obviously. So we're going to go on our back. That thing. Once we're here, we are going to cross our right. My new phone's camera moves with me. It's so weird. So we're going to cross our right leg over our left leg. Once we're here, so almost like you're crossing your legs like you sat down. Once we're here, we're going to bring those knees into our chest. And we're going to, there's three options. So you can be here in the knees, you can pull them apart. You could be in the calves. You're going to pull that skin towards you. The most intense option is to be with the ankles. I'm going to pull that skin towards me, pull those legs in towards me. I'm going to bring my elbows into my body, and then I'm going to bring my head up to the left. You can do it to the right as well. You want to come into the most amount of tension. Then we're going to breathe. So we're in a little ball here, and we're going to breathe in through the mouth, out through the mouth, pulling those legs in, trying to relax those hips as much as you can. If this is really strong for you, I like to say I am safe in my body. Or body, I'm okay with this. 6 breaths all together. Oh, yes, there it goes. Once you've done your 6 breaths, unwind. So you can windmill your legs. And I want you to take this slow. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So this time, left leg is going to come over right. And there'll be a point usually when you slow the breath down and you're breathing into your hips where like one or both of your hips just kind of relax. So that is what we're looking for. So left leg comes over right. We bring those knees into our chest. So you can be here, you can be here, or you can be at those ankles. We pull that skin towards us. So this is our pin. So we come up. Head is either going to go to the right or left, whichever is the most tension. We're in a little ball. Elbows come in. And then we're going to breathe 6 breaths through the mouth to your own rhythm, allowing the full weight of your body to be held by the ground. And unwind. Wow, it's a big one for me today. I just want you to give yourself a few moments, allow that to integrate, check in with the sensations. Is that uncomfortable? Did that feel like good, bad? Maybe as you windmill your legs, you have your hips crack or something crack. Just noticing what you cultivated for yourself there. For me, I feel so much more calm. Beautiful. And then to close our class out, let's come to a seated position together. I'm just going to take a few breaths. I like to put one hand on my heart, the other one either on solar plexus or head, whichever feels most supportive. And I like to, as I breathe, we're just going to do 6 breaths together in whatever way feels most supportive for you. And I like to, as I breathe in, imagine the energy flowing up my spine, out my head, and out like this. You can even do this. It's a great practice to kind of get the energy flowing again. So both hands connected to your body. Maybe you want to give yourself a little hug. Feel that pressure, feel that support of your hands against your body. And we're going to breathe 6 breaths. So in, hold if it's available to you. And then I want you to really empty your lungs like you're blowing out through a straw. In, hold if it's available, or to your own rhythm. Out. In, hold at the top, all the way out. I like to thank my body. Thank you, body, for everything that you do for me. In, hold at the top, and out. Couple more breaths. In, hold. I like to send every single cell in my body gratitude. I imagine being kind of showered by some kind of light. One more breath. In, hold at the top, and out. Beautiful. So thank you so much for joining me. It takes real courage to show up for ourselves in this way. So thank you for choosing to spend this time with me. If you've got any thoughts, comments, reflections, I would love to hear them in the comments or send me a DM. And join me for my classes every Monday and Wednesday, 8 a.m. PST, which is 4 p.m. in the UK. I would love to have you there live.